Story number three, the cultural norms between men and women may be changing. Like I said, me and my cousin took a stroll through the old school fundamentalist way of how America was founded, and it was different. It was different. I mean, it was a mixture of ideas, and what we saw was workmanship. We seen people out in the fields. I mean, it was only thing I can say that has tarnished the American dream is slavery. Slavery in any empire is bad, but when it comes to work and doing and morality, you cannot lose because it helps. But we were driving through, and this is a city boy. We both were city boys, and he was looking at the country life, and he said, "Wow, this looks very, very peaceful." And I said, "It does, doesn't it?" But then you wake up and you start seeing that there's two worlds, two types of America. There's a fast life and there's a fundamental way of thinking. But the question is that fundamental way in danger? And when you talk about the norms between men and women, there are some stories that are surfacing that may scare you. New report says that women will soon be the majority of college educated U.S. workers. You take this back, years ago, the man was supposed to be the provider in the family, leader in the household, go out work. Now there's two people working, which is a good thing because they both can provide, but there's still a lot of relationships that are taking a downturn. They're even talking about the way that just what's happening on the workroom floor, the affairs, the fact that people are engaging in relationships and they're upsetting their mates. Very, very interesting story. Even look at this one. Madonna wants the Pope to know that Jesus supports abortion. Since when did you read in the Bible, especially in the fact that Abraham was told by angels, and when he did not sacrifice his son Isaac, that's what made him unique. And you have Madonna saying that the Pope, that Jesus would support abortions. Very, very scary stuff happening in the news, folks. Headlines that are scary. And does the Le'Veon Bell incident add fuel to the fire? Is it proper for a man to have naked women in his home when he's gone? Very, very interesting. U.S. adds Saudi Arabia and Cuba to the worst human traffickers list. Pakistan to open 1,000 courts to fight violence against women. Story number three. Like I said, the cultural norms between men and women may be changing. How hard is it to stop cults? Now, there's some things that happen within religion also, in even normal days of society, to where people become so accustomed to doing something a certain way and it becomes corrupted. There was a guy, Keith, I think it's Rainier Nixon, I think it's Next Veem. He is in custody because he apparently forced women to have abortions, had women break off relationships that they had, and he put them under pressure of abuse physically and sexually. Folks, there are some people out there who just do not have a conscience. Even there was even a story that surfaced that former Heaven's Gate cult follower says that he tried to pull his girlfriend out of the cult before a shocking mass suicide. There are some scary things that happen on earth that we question at the end of our journey. And as the mediator, I try to stay in between. But a story on the Red Table discussion, I think it's a show, and I hope I get that right about Abraham and Isaac. I'm pretty sure I got those names correct. I've been doing my studies. But when we talk about the cultural norms between men and women, Jada Pinkett Smith on her show confessed in front of her daughter, mother, guest, and with the audience present that she had had a threesome when she was young. We've all done some freaky things in our life. Trust me, I'm not perfect. We're all sinners, and we're all casting stones. But these are real stories that are surfacing, that are disrupting what we would call normal behavior between men and women. And we're starting to discuss them, and it's starting to shock some people. What happens when the cameras are off, when that person is wandering around in the jungle all by themselves? A North Carolina woman inspired by a popular movie. She's arrested for trying to poison her fiance with eye drops. If you want to take it to the Bible, and you want to talk about the past generations or the past civilizations trying to warn us of how to save our own land, these may be some seriously interesting stories to look up. When you talk about, I think, Jeremiah, the prophet who tried to warn Jerusalem before its fall, if I'm not mistaken. Or you had the prophet Elijah when he was cast up into the heavens, when he talked about, he tried to warn the nations about the Jezebels, the powerful women who not only are powerful, but they have their own kings as well. Now, if you're not a reader and you don't understand these things, I'm sure you can find some proud minister who can help you understand these things. Now, let me remind you, the church is always under attack, but there is a reason why these books are written the way they are. There's been a lot of abuse, there's been a lot of watering down, but if you take the time to read, you may get something out of these stories. Now, this is not a religious program, it's a news program, but as the mediator, I have to research things so I can help you, help my audience. A New Jersey mom allegedly bites a cop 3 times, punches another while dropping her kids off at school. Harvey Weinstein's defense attorney does not want to represent him anymore. NYC becomes the first city to directly fund abortions. That is allowing people to kill a baby. Folks, this is serious stuff, and it may be affecting the country that you live in. So will you sit down or will you speak up? Very, very interesting. Studies show that drugs put a tremendous divorces, and not only divorces, but drugs also, put a tremendous weight on children because they have to watch all this chaos and they have to grow up very quick. Vatican considers allowing married men to become priests in a clergy scarce Amazon region. Folks, story number 3 may just be gaining some steam. When you talk about the cultural norms between women and men, this is a very, very touchy topic, and it's heating up because it's hitting the top news stories. Whew. I tell you, mediation can be tough, but somebody has got to do it. Somebody has got to purify themselves in the springs, the waters of rivers, and come in here every Sunday to give you what you need, give you what's good for you. A daily dose of mediation, a daily dose of information. And it's me, the mediator. If you want to contribute in any way, all you have to do is visit www.methodinc.com, methodinc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor a program. I'm informing you, giving you what you may have seen in the past brought to light in the present, but you can make it better. I guarantee I won't hurt you, but I'm going to use my vocal vibrations, the gift that I have to speak, to enlighten you, folks. And that's what I can do. That's all I'm good at, if I'm not good at anything else. If nobody says it, I will look in the mirror and tell myself that this is what I'm good at. Whew! Let's get to story number 4. Like I said, if you want to contribute, METHOD, methodinc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or read something.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The mediator is here.